Hey everybody, welcome back to the Fish Tank. Let's do some draft. Now, if you're not following along with Minion Masters, you may not know that draft has been reverted to the original draft that we all loved. So previously, when 2.0 launched, they had this faction restriction where each master could only draft from 4 factions. Most of us didn't like it. Most of us told the devs we wouldn't like it, but it still ended up getting through. But they've listened, and now the draft has been reverted. So it's back to draft. Nonsense, right? No faction decks unless you get really lucky. So it should be back to the draft experience where everything is a bit up in the air. It's very different to ladder, hopefully. And let's see how we do. So if you're new to draft, the way it works is that you draft a deck. You get 3 choices at each stage. So you randomly select a master from 3 choices, and then you get 3 choices for each of your 10 cards in the deck. Now, once you've done that, you play, and you will continue to play until you get 12 wins, which is the maximum, or 3 losses. If you get 3 losses, then you are out. And of course, the more wins you get, the more rewards you get. So let's dive in. So here we get the choice of our master. So, Ravager, Mordar, or Rekt. So the thing you have to think about with draft is that some masters are more synergetic with certain things than others. You get APEP, you can choose whatever you want. You get Mordar, for example, you're going to be wanting some heavier units to get some good reses. If you get like Setsu or Milloween, then you want some spells and so on and so forth. So I think Rekt is probably the best here. Ravager's not amazing. I mean, in draft he's okay. Seems to do better than outside. On the ladder he's terrible. Mordar, as I mentioned, we need quite some specific cards to hopefully get value out of him. Rekt, we'll go with anything, really. Let's go with Rekt. Okay, so we get to choose a card. You can hover over the card to see what they are. We've got the Glensbrew, the Ardent Argus, and the Netherstep. Not an amazing start. I would probably go with Glensbrew here. It's a good spell. It's not as disgusting as it used to be. And it will... I mean, you can use it in lots of different ways. It's only 2 mana, so it's not that difficult to get value out of it. Okay, Remogal's Breath, not a great spell since they changed the way that it's a defensive spell. Don't see that too often anymore. Curse Bearer is going to be good against big units. Boom Buggy. So, one thing you need to think about with draft is that a majority of the cards are going to be ground-based melee minions. So anything that's outside of that is at a bit of a premium. So you're less likely to get spells, ranged units, flying units, for example. So sometimes you have to think about that, and when you get the opportunity to take one of those, sometimes it's worth doing so because you might not get that opportunity again. So let's go for the Boom Buggy here. I think a Cleaver is going to be good here. Slithers do a lot of damage with their poison now. They did get buffed recently. And of course we need to take into account the overall building of our deck, right? So we're not just looking at these 3 cards, we're thinking about which of these 3 cards fits best in our deck. At the moment, you know, we're very early in the deck, so we don't really have that much restrictions, but we've got to think about, do we have the tanks, the range, the removal, the bridge grab, you know, the kind of cards that we want to make our deck successful. Right. Gorex Gate, Void Altar, Rapid Response Reserves. Now, Void Altar is... I mean, if we can... It's kind of a win more card, right? If you can get this out and you've got control and you can get some value from it, then things get out of control. But, you know, I don't feel that right now. Don't hate the idea of Gorex Gate. Rapid Response Reserves, I feel like we would go for this because we do get some flying units, which are likely to be pretty decent in draft. And we do get some bridge control as well. Okay. See, like, if we'd gone with the Void Altar before, then the Rammer could have been great with that. We've got DPS. Assassin's always good. Board. I feel like we should go for Horde. We've got some DPS. We haven't got any Horde yet. Right. Shock Rock, Laser Turret, or Once Bitten. So we've got to think about how does our deck deal with different things. How do we deal with something big like a Colossus? How do we deal with something flying and awkward like a Harbinger or an ATG drone? You've got to keep all these kind of things in your mind. I'm not a fan of Laser Turret. I don't play it very often. I always play it badly. The Wolf is strong, but we do want something decent to put the Wolf on, which we don't have yet. Skeletons are very weak, so they can easily not get triggered. Same with the Plasma Marines. So I think I'm going to go with a Shock Rock here. Okay, Crossbow Guild. Never really a fan of these buildings unless you go fully into some kind of spawner building tech. Frost Feathers or Drone Buzzers. Frost Feathers. Remember, they do give the slow, which is pretty powerful. We're already going to have Drone Buzzers coming from up here, so let's go with these guys. So one thing we've got to also take into account, we've got to be thinking about our average mana cost. We normally want to keep that down. If you watch my meta videos, then the leaderboard decks are normally between 3 and 4.5. Draft, you might be able to get away with some different averages. I'm just going to go with... Okay, so I'm thinking about the Squire Puff here, but looking at our deck, we don't have any ranged removal. So if we come up against something like some snipers or something like that, that could be awkward. Artillery is good because, of course, it gives you the bridge grab potential as well as the removal. It's quite expensive, but I feel like we need a spell like this. And as mentioned, if we don't go with this and hope we get another spell, we've only got 2 other options and we might not get it. So let's find out. Okay, so we had an assassin earlier that we did miss. Statue is always good for a push. So we got we could do a statue and boom buggy push. We have quite a lot of air already. You've got to be careful because remember, of course, you can't take bridges with air units. So if you end up with too many air units, then you end up with no real bridge control. So we don't have anything for the boom buggy to push behind. So I think we've got some DPS here. I think we're going to go with the statue. And now we're on to our last card. Right. Now, we've got to be careful. We've got a lot of spells. Some of them do give us minions, but we've got to be careful we don't have too many spells. So that really rules out the Wheel of Doom there. We've got Scotty, which is decent. And then we've got Feng. So Feng will give us... He'll get a buff depending on what is in the hand. So that he gets a Frost Feather with that, right? He gets Giant Growth with that. I feel like we just go with him. We've got a lot of different things. He'll get Spirit from a Curse. He'll get Scratch with that, right? Which is not great. Slither gives him... is it Taunt? And he gets Rage from Cleaver. So I feel like Feng is going to be okay here. It's another tanky body as well, so let's go with that. And the other thing to remember is, taking into account our perks, Rekt is going to give us some additional bridge control with his clones and his jumps. Right. So normally the first game is always against the bots.
Masters, get ready.
You'll be able to tell if they're a bot or not after the game. If you look at their name, it will tell you if they're a bot or not, but before the game, not. Okay. If you lose the first game against the bot, then you're either a very new player or you've managed to create an absolutely terrible deck. Right, so he's got Giant Growth, Spirits, and Scrats. But that's a pretty tanky thing.
Blue unlocks their first perk.
Okay, so here's the push that we kind of talked about earlier with the statue. The DPS behind it. Now we do have a Glen's Brew, which can be helpful. Like, for example here, the statue's tanking everything, so let's just Glen's Brew the statue. Keep the statue alive. Might get another hit on face, doesn't quite, but it did stay alive for quite a while.
That tower's starting to crumble on the red side.
So we want to pay attention to the Feng. We want to try and get the Spirit and the Giant Growth on him at the same time. Rage as well. I think those 3 buffs are going to be ideal. Getting a couple of scrats? Nah. No thanks. And if we look here, we'll see bots. Hopefully that'll be the only one.
Red corner, are you ready? Blue corner, are you ready? Who cares if you're ready?
Right, Apep. Yeah, Apep's good in every game mode. Wish it told you which buffs he was getting. It's Giant Growth and Rage. So it's pretty good. He also gets a Nat as well. Just Shock Rock here just to help him. He was going to take quite a lot of damage there, so let's prevent that from happening. I was trying to hope the cleaver not getting slowed there, but it is what it is. The Glen's Brew can be used to protect ourselves from spells as well. So we want to keep that in mind, pay attention to what spells he has. Okay, killing the push behind the Troubadour is huge there, because his Troubadour's not really going to do much. Here we can jump and stop the bridge grab. We could cleanse that, but I'm not really sure that's worth. Have to remember that when Rekt is out on the field, then there is no defense at home. Okay, we couldn't kill everything, but I wanted to not get that slowed. Right, let's hold this up here. Try and get our support with it. Okay, we killed all the air, that's the important thing. Jump our Rekt at the top here. Okay. Not sure if he meant that or not, but that was nice defense of his boom buggy. Likely just for cycle, but it worked out.
Oh, wow, I almost feel bad for the cleaning crew. Almost.
Okay, so Scrat, Slither, and yeah, they're not really the buffs that we want. Statue's going to be good here since it will aggro on the Troubadour with the taunts. Okay. We might have been able to just jump and win, but I was just looking at the our defense at that moment. Okay, so there we see we can use the Glen's Brew to taunt, to tank him through that damage. He was going to die, but probably worth. It's not that difficult to get 2 mana's value from it, right? As long as you're doing that, you're doing well. Okay, so we can see this guy was a human. I think this means he's on 5 wins, so getting a bit of a run going. Can't tell how many losses he's got, I don't think. This could be his rank in ladder, but I don't know. That doesn't really make much sense, so I feel like that must be the number of wins he's on. You can see by his 1 glory on his cards, most of his cards, that he's quite a new player.
Minion Masters! And start mashing the buttons, do something!
Right, for Lorium, we need to be aware of his removal. He'll be trying to remove our Boom Buggy most likely, but of course we've got the Glenn's Brew that can help us through that. Still have that awkward bug, sorry, with the mana bar. Who knows how much mana we've got.
Their first perk. Red unlocked their first
Got bored of my
perk.
gameplay. Not a huge fan of this push because this clear is going to be very fast. Okay. Make sure we can't kill this. The statue push on its own is not great, but if you can get stuff around the statue, that starts to make it awkward. He's got 2 chain lightnings, and he missed that. Okay. Not quite sure how he managed that, so that was the thing. He's going to freeze that. Ulf, of course, does have true damage, so he does kill things pretty quickly, even if they're frozen. Okay. I don't know how he messed up that second chain lightning. Gonna cost him a lot though. If he puts something in the pocket, we've got the Squirtillery for it, keep the pressure on. Might just do it anyway, but it was unnecessary. Any healer nonsense, we shut that straight down. I want to Glenn's Brew this, because it's going to die to the explosion. It's going to die anyway. It looked like he drew 2 Chain Lightnings, which you would argue are the strongest spells in the game. Not necessarily sure you need 2 of them though. Especially if you mess them up. I don't know how that Boom Buggy survived that double Chain Lightning. He must have just messed it. Messed the jump up.
Thanks for tuning into the Caesar Network, sponsored in part by Bram Flakes.
Okay, Yuffie, this is a very good player. Let's see, he's very good with strong ladder decks. Let's see how he does with... No, I need to change, I need to get that high 5 in my thing. With just draft nonsense. I feel like let's just go in here. The poison is pretty rough. Oh, I messed that up. Okay. I was trying not to waste a spell, but kind of screwed us over in the end. If he has a spell to remove this, it's going to be very painful. He's got Adventuring Party. The Arcanist is the one we want to kill there, because she'll kill everything. So he has good removal for our attack line. Oh, he has a nice deck. Hugger as well. He's got lots of good counters for what we're trying to do. Ghast getting massive value. That was actually insane how much value Ghast got then. I wanted to go in with the Cleaver there, but if the Cleaver doesn't get a clear kill, then it's a huge problem. Oh, he has Lash Far Moon, but Lash doesn't do much face damage. Jump here and try to kill if we can. Okay. Good face here. We're gonna lash this. Lash is very difficult to defend against. Just because the way you can't interact with spells and stuff.
I don't think Red can keep this up. Show some resolve. Red earned perk number 3.
We have to be super careful, we're so low HP. Got the One Punch Blast now to help us out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. At the top. At the top's a problem. Hmm. Okay. There was one push, we just took too much damage. His Hugger, though, on our statue really just slowed our pushes. Well, reduced the amount of time that they stay alive for, which cost us a lot of XP. Of course, he has Fergus, which is just, you know, meta everywhere. I think there was an occasion where I could have gone in with the Cleaver to try to kill the Fergus, but the problem is, if he prevents that happening, especially with the Fergus healing, then, you know, we've just thrown away a Cleaver for nothing. I think Ghast might have been the MVP in that one.
Masters, prepare to get your minion on. Oh wait, that didn't come out right. Showtime!
We should have looked to see how many wins if he was on. Okay, so you don't want to open with the Cleaver, because generally the Cleaver can be easily defended. So, he went with a Future to start with. Be down some mana. Let's see if we can do something with it. Don't know if we can save this, but we'll give it a go. Oh, the last one kills us, of course. Why wouldn't it? Might have been better to hold it and try to... Oh, that's a bad shock rock. I decided against it, and then for some reason I decided for it. Complete waste.
Red unlocked their first perk.
Sometimes when you hesitate, it really messes you up. It's gotta go. Make your choice. Go.
AoE is the best.
Hey, some bats. Not many bats though. That's a weird magma storm. Why would you go at the bottom? There was like nothing there. It's an assassin here, I think, but we win that fight.
Blue just got the second perk.
Need shock rock to kill those. Hey.
Red got the second perk.
Not ideal buffs on the Fang, but he does have Rage. Or we can get Marksmanship from the Scrat Spawn on our Boom Buggy. Take that while we can. Does have a Magma Storm, remember, so we got to be careful not to get too punished with that. I was a bit late with that. Wanted to stop him attacking. He gets so much value. Okay, I really messed that up. Let's not talk about that. Gonna have perk 3 soon. Which will be nice. One of these is a wolf at the bottom. Just hold this here. There's an assassin at the top, can't really do anything about that. Okay. And grab this bridge though.
Blue gained 1-2 perk 3. So many minions, so little time.
He's playing a future deck, so his deck should get scarier the longer it goes on.
Red gained the third perk.
Okay, killed all his stuff. Take it. Hey, it's here he is coming back. Really would like to kill that flame imp. Of course he just gets his attack off.
Red is starting to feel the heat.
Okay, we're going to cleanse this guy just to keep our tank alive. Very hard to see where the one punch blast is doing aim, I'm gonna be honest. Do you get these Morelia games where it's close and then they spawn their dragon and they just lose? Get too far away? Yep. Very difficult to see that range, to be honest. I don't like that. I thought it was only on some of the whiter arenas, when I say that. It seems like it's on all of them. It's very, very faint. We should die now. Going for the hill. A little bit too late though.
Blue is victorious.
He did a couple of magma storms that were not ideal. Looks like he's only on 1 win, so just getting in. Maybe doesn't know that magma storms do self-damage. Probably does now. Not many things in the game do damage to friendly units. It's definitely something new players need to learn. Wheel of Doom, magma storm. Any other thing that I've forgotten?
Masters, prepare to get your minion on. Oh wait, that didn't come out right. Throw down that face down.
Right, Stormbringer. You see, we all start our push back here so we can support it. We don't want to let these guys get too much poison on us, if possible.
And the kill count just spiked.
Morgul's Mark. Got to be careful with Ting Tang Tung or with anything with the bounce berries because of the way they bounce. It would have taken out our back line if we hadn't done something there.
Blue obtained the first perk.
Don't want to play into this. Want to wait for it to get to me. Something
Red
is
unlocked their first
here. Okay, nice. Brecht showing his short range there. Let's freeze this. He's going to be poisoned within beyond an inch of his life. Well, those bones, listening to those crumble, that's the thing. Okay, so Cleaver's going to be good here. We don't really want to aggro the ATG drone unless we have to. Cleaver's not going to have a good time at the bottom there. Morgul's Mark seemed a little unnecessary there. Got him a few warmers, but didn't really do anything good. I'm going to shock rock this guy so we can kill him through... Oh, it's so little damage though we might not kill him. Okay, we got him with the explosion. We take those. He's probably going to put something... Okay. What do we want here? I don't really want to... I want to do this on his aimbot, really.
I don't think Red can keep this up.
To the devil. And the good thing about this Artillery is it gives us some tanks as well.
Red obtained perk number 2.
Oh, I can't. Oh, I tried to save that from the Cleaver, but it was too late. Does he get the bridge back with that? He does, so we don't hate that. I've kind of given up on paying attention to what buffs I'm getting on the thing. Just, it is what we is. Might be able to jump here. Okay. Should have jumped the other way. Ended up losing the bridge, unfortunately. I don't know why he played these here. He already had the bridge. Just waste. Could have used them to defend. Could have used them to take the top bridge, but he took the bottom bridge that he already had. Okay, this is Caliph with the shield. Would love my shock rock to be available, but we do have a shock rock coming up soon. Okay. Cleaver's going in. Okay. Cleaver's tanking nicely. King's getting a lot of damage here. Okay.
Blue is victorious.
Wasn't really paying attention to the attack. We won! Again, new player. Start of his run.
Masters, prepare to get your minion on.
With draft, there's no
Oh, wait, that didn't
matchmaking
come out
outside of
Make this
wins, I
entertaining,
think.
guys.
So there's no, it
Let's
doesn't take
duel.
into account your elo elsewhere, which you could argue maybe it should. You know, at the start of draft runs, someone with 10,000 hours like me can play someone playing their first game. But, you know, you can also argue maybe that's part of the draft experience. Right. Okay. There, the Glenn's Brew just to hold our DP, our tank alive. And that statue living just means that this is going to last a lot longer. Okay, Wizard Puff, so we need to be careful about big units against the Wizard Puff.
Red
Just
has
hope
obtained their first perk.
for a little bit of luck. Okay, we don't have to worry too much about that rammer. Our health is a resource. Let's deal with this Wizard Puff. Hope that we don't get punished too much. Okay, I didn't see that Curse Bearer, so playing the statue into it is not amazing. But we might get lucky, he might go down the bottom. He looks like he's kind of at the top, even getting pushed towards the top. Okay, we did kind of get lucky, but then we've ended up with a statue with no support, so... Okay, he's going to jump here. No, he's not. He's going to go face, which I don't think is a good idea. He's not at home, and we're doing way more face damage, way much more face damage to him than he's doing to us.
That tower's starting to crumble on the red side. They may need to think up another plan.
Okay. Didn't get punished by the Wizard Puff. We take those. Let's cleanse this, because why not? Remember, when this self-destructs, it'll taunt, and then our statue will destroy it. Okay, that felt very close. The self-destruct going off. Okay, so he's basically dead here. I don't know where he's going to jump. Oh, wait, he's already jumped. Sorry, I didn't do that. GG.
We have a winner!
Maybe in the next life.
Oh, did he hit the retire button there? Does the retire button have a confirmation? I don't want to find it out. Someone else can test that and let me know. Let me know in the comment.
Welcome to
Milloween!
Minion Masters!
Did they get lucky with spells? Or do we have a spellless Milloween draft? Let's find out. Okay, they get Rich Buddies. Pretty lucky. If you're playing Millow, that's probably what you want. Here we don't want to push into the snipers. Statue there to aggro
Red has obtained the first
curse,
perk.
the spirit monster. Sorry, so they don't get any spirits. Worked out. Again, we don't need to freak out about this guy in his face. Not going to do much damage. That sniper's still being alive is kind of annoying. What do we want to live here? Okay. I mean, that was quite a lot of damage from a fairly innocuous looking attack. This is alive! Okay, good. Put the pressure on here. There's his defense. Cleaver's going to get a hit on face.
The tower's starting to crumble.
Put a shock rock to maybe get another cleaver here. I'll try and hit both of these.
Red obtained perk number 2.
Oh my god, is he going to survive? It survived! The boom buggy that could. Oh, and then wins the game. Let's go.
Blue is the winner.
Maybe in your next life.
Masters, get ready.
Wowp! Oh, I've got the
Let
basic
the fun
red
begin.
skin. I wonder if we can change that. Okay, Stormbringer. Oh, he gets pushed onto the bridge. That's illegal. No point shock rocking that. I mean, maybe there was. Oh.
Blue has unlocked their first perk.
So Rek can hit that Drone Walker because it has less range than the aimbot, which we saw outranging him earlier. Aimbot is basically a Drone Walker with marksmanship, so +2 range.
Red has obtained their first perk.
This might be a little greedy, but why not? Quickly we get onto that whelp before it disappears. Okay, good. Good. Okay. Thick hide, so Stone Bjorn is good against kind of horde, slow attacking, fast attacking, I mean. The opposite of what I said, basically. That's a Gax! Oh no, it was too late. I'm very surprised I didn't get that in
Blue
time.
obtained
It's
perk 2.
too bad.
That tower looks pretty roughed up.
That's a full HP statue on his face. I don't think he wanted to heal that. That's going to be game.
Blue is the winner.
I think he just learned that heals opponents as well. Oh hey, the drone buzzers. Again, on his first draft run, his first win, beat the bot, but not the fish.
Masters of minions and minions of masters, prepare
Camillo.
to duel.
The
Duel.
same one or not? Maybe. Uncle Jumble. Maybe some Zenchi. We got some shrooms. Let's see what we find. Our monkey probably wins that at the top, but we win it efficiently.
Red has obtained the first perk.
Okay, keeping that alive stops that guy re-aggroing on something.
AoE is the best.
Okay. Not much DPS on Shen. I don't think we can kill him here. Now, one thing to mention with Shen is if you slow him, then he can never attack without something else stunning, so... because his attack is too slow and the stun wears off. Your attack's stunning. Okay. Might not play anything else. Let the Stormy get eaten by statue. Okay. Kills those immediately. I want to cycle quickly here so we get the Glens Brew available. There we go.
Blue is the winner!
And so, you fade from memory.
Of a new player. Draft does feel a little bit like noob bashing at times. Not a huge fan of that.
Masters of minions and minions of masters, prepare to do
Aurelia!
Let's fight!
Not many choices in our opening hand. Boom buggy in a pocket. It's okay. We wait until we get to almost 11 mana, because it still counts up to 11, and then we play, just to leave it as long as possible. I think we played this guy before with the future, right? The wrong time. Maybe should have gone up the top with that. I just wanted to try to support this as good. Can we get the statue without freezing something incorrect? Looks like it. Okay. It's a lot of damage. Oh, this might just be
Need to
GG.
think up another plan. Red has obtained their first perk.
Oof. Okay. Let's go again. What, Rivergar's Breath? Oh, my Glens Brew. How much damage does it do? I don't know. Let's see. Does it kill a Boom Buggy? Not quite. Good to know. For science!
Blue has obtained perk number 2.
It's dead here, right? Nothing you can do.
Victory!
You lack perseverance.
Three wins. It should tell you if you knock them out. That'd be kind of cool, right? Eliminated.
Masters of minions and minions of masters.
Right,
Prepare
Morella
to
again.
duel. It's on.
Maybe I'll try and change the skin for the last game if we get it. Okay, so he just wastes 3 mana. Or that one little guy at the top is a legend. I would ping him, but unfortunately pinging is broken if you're using the streamer UI. I don't think it works in solos anyway, but in 2v2 it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work whatever mode. Pushing this. Ooh, okay, interesting black hole. Kind of de-aggro. Not sure it achieved too much though. Okay, let's try coming back. Always trying to keep as much mana as possible so we can use our spells.
The fans are out of their seats on their feet. Everyone's going crazy.
It's over.
Who's gonna become the victor?
Right, let's see if we can change our skin. Okay, can we come out of the draft? I think you can come out of draft. The way it used to work is you could always dip in and out of draft during a run. You didn't have to complete it before you could go off and do something else. So let's see if that's also a thing. Okay, brand new draft, brand new player. Sorry, my friend. Okay, so we come out there, we go here, we go to Masters and Skins. Right, what do we like? Probably my favorite one. Kinda cool. Okay, let's go back. Can we get win number 12 and complete this run? Let's find out.
Hello, everybody.
Tronvir.
Exciting round of Minion
The Yuffie, the guy that we lost to, I think he was on like 11 wins or something already, right? So he's likely finished it out of the running. You know, sometimes in draft you end up playing the same person a bunch of times, which is frustrating if your deck just dies a death against that. I want to make sure we win this because this damn monkey, you know, he wants to heal. Okay, that worked out pretty well. Tanked long enough so we didn't lose the bridge at all. Definitely worth 2 mana.
Red has obtained their first perk.
Okay, tried a bit of black hole tomfoolery. Almost worked. I think it was worth it anyway just to kill the wreck. Okay, we've got to go in and kill this guy. Good shock rocket. I think a shock rock's worth it here. Yep. Saves a big punch. Kills the gnats as well. Let's take that. We can cleanse through in a minute, but I think it's going to be too late. Yep. Tronvir hits very hard. Very slow.
Blue just got the second perk.
Okay, some good pressure.
Fans are out of their seats.
The cleaver's still alive.
Everyone's going crazy. Who's gonna become the victor? Boom!
artillery is going to be good here. That gnat's picking off those scrats quickly though, which is a little bit frustrating. And that's it, 12 wins, let's go!
And so, you fade from memory.
So basically TLDR, we played one good player, we lost to that player, and then we destroyed everyone else. Just draft things. Oh, again, pretty new player. Just starting his run. Okay, so 12 wins. Let's have a look at the rewards. Find it weird why it says resign at the top there. Okay, let's open them one by one. You could click claim all. Okay, we got a legendary musketeer. Of course, we already have him. So we're going to get 1,000 shards refunded by hit for him. That seems a lot. Maybe it's because we got 2 of them. The 2 copies? Not sure.
You got some shiny doubloons.
Some gold.
I mean gold.
We've got a Divine Warrior, which again, of course, we've already got maxed out.
Shards.
There we go. Game, set, and match. Thanks for joining me. If you enjoy this sort of content, make sure you hit the subscribe button to keep up to date on all things Minion Masters and enjoy the content here. Let me know in the comments, how are you finding the new draft? Have you got some 12 wins under your belt? Do you prefer the new draft with the no faction restrictions compared to the previous version of the draft with the faction restriction? It seemed like most people preferred the new draft, but let me know what you think. And that's pretty much it. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Bad as Fish. I'll see you again soon here in the fish tank.